All right, Coach, if you could just give us a quick opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, it was a really good win, and real proud of the guys. They played. We played a well-balanced football game, and that was our goal coming in. We wanted to play complementary football, and wanted to hit on all cylinders in every phase, and I thought we did that. I thought special ops were good. I thought our offense was good tonight. I thought the defense played well and tackled much better than they did a week ago, and did a really good job on a really good player. I'm really high on their quarterback, and he didn't have the night that I'm sure he wanted, but he's a very good player. Maybe one of the better between him and the Western quarterback are the two best guys we've seen all year, and so it was a good win, and now we know who we have next. Questions?
Coach, with this week, the defense allowed just 192 yards tonight, especially considering.
What was that last weekend, right? Is that what you're going to ask?
They allowed 192 yards tonight, especially considering last week it was over 500 yards from Western.
Yeah.
And they had 3 takeaways tonight. How pleased were you with the performance today?
I was very pleased and happy with the way they played, and they were a little embarrassed. They're better than that. We didn't tackle very well either. When you don't tackle well, that really doesn't bode well for you on defense. And we didn't tackle well, and we played a little better in the second half, but really not up to the standard that's been set around here. So they took that to heart and had a really good week of practice, and really we didn't change anything. We practiced tackling every day, when we're in pads, and but we were very adamant about how to and correcting all errors, and they did a good job. They were on top of each other too with that. They wouldn't let each other get away with poor tackling. So it showed, and the practice showed out there. And as a coach, I'm very proud of that. The hard work when you see it comes to fruition on Saturday. That's a good thing. So at least we know they're listening, right? So.
Right, they took their first drive down to the 1 and got nothing out of it. What was the significance of that, do you think?
Well, I think it set the tone for the rest of the game. Travis does a good job with our defense, and he always talks to them about defending every inch. And we've done that several times during his tenure here, and I was proud of them. And even though the ball's on the 1 yard line, you have to defend it, and because you never know what's going to happen. And it looked like they mishandled the snap maybe, and the ball was on the ground, and we were able to jump on it. And that kind of set the tone for the game. I think after that, it was we kind of took control, got the lead, and then never gave it up. So that was big. Turnovers are big, in the game.
Patrick Bauer really kind of came on tonight. I know he's been doing the job, but tonight was kind of a breakout for him. How did you assess that?
He did some really good things. He did some things he's got to get better at. He's got to understand he's got to set the edge of our defense, and he's hot and cold with that a little bit. But when he's hot, he's very, very good with it. He did some nice things rushing the passer tonight, I thought, and he was disruptive in the running game. He didn't stay blocked. He's got good length. Patrick's a walk-on player for us, and has done a great job here. So, I was happy with the way he played, because he needs to be that guy, And this defense, you can't run this defense without outside linebackers, and those guys have. Everybody knows about Amir being injured, and I'm sure Patrick's tired of hearing it, and he went out and played really well, I thought. But we'll watch the tape again and take a little deeper dive into tomorrow, and I'm sure there'll be some critical things, but all in all, I thought he had a good night. It's probably one of his better games this year. I think I agree with you on that.
Rucker, are you seeing the improved accuracy out of Tommy with his passing that you really wanted to see?
What was he tonight? At halftime, it was something sick. It was like 10 of 11, right?
I mean, 17, 22, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he was too happy about not playing at the end of the half, but we have to give him a rest, and because he's a diabetic, and so we have to give him a rest, and so it was really humid, it was hot, so we and that's you know, when he struggles a little bit. But he was conditioning wise, he looked fine. But we just didn't want to risk anything going down in the second half. You know, want to give him a little rest and give Jake some time. And but he was excellent, I thought, tonight. He threw the deep ball really well. You know, drew a couple PIs, and I think Jake threw one at the end of the game as well. And it's good to see Jake connect on a couple passes there at the end, you know, in the fourth quarter, because you know he threw the interception near the end of the half, and I think that you know it didn't make him very happy, and because he's worked very hard too. So it's good to see him, you know, make a few plays as well. So, but I'm very happy with Tommy. Tommy, you saw his feed. He came right out the first series and had a long run, and he's just he's a dynamic guy. He doesn't look like much, but boy, he can really run, and he's gotten so much better with his arm strength and arm talent. So, been happy with him. So, gotta try to keep him upright and keep him healthy.
Last week, you talked about how it was good to see Daniel Sopkowitz kind of go back to health, and certainly had a game tonight. Where would you assess him health-wise right now?
I think he's, you know, close to 100%. You know, I guess you'd have to ask him. I'm sure he has a different version of that. He's probably 85, whatever that is, 90, 95% maybe. We've put him in a boot. So if you see him walking around town, he doesn't have a, you know, he's like in a boot, walking boot. So it kind of takes the stress off the foot, and that seems to really help him. And he's done a few exercises that have been a little different to try to bring that thing along a little faster, and it seems to be responding very well. So keeps playing like he is. I don't think we'll have any issues. We'll just keep doing what we're doing.
And now you've got him kind of coupled with Lloyd. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
That's when we went and got Lloyd, because we wanted to take the pressure off of Dan and have another guy like him out there. It's similar. They're different kind of guys, really, but they're both long, and they both run well, and both are good ball skill guys. And now you have to figure out what you want to take away. Now Eddie will be back next week, so that will be helpful as well. So
Wankers tonight, he's
pretty good.
Run hard in the past, but it seemed to break a lot of tackles.
He really was on a mission tonight. I mean, he was running downhill, and he's a really smart kid, as you know. Randy, you've been around him a long time, and he's a great person, and he's really smart. And you don't have to tell him more than once what the issue is, or what the you know, I told him all week, hey, we got to run the football downhill, and we got to challenge your defense with your physicality, your toughness, and he did that, and he responded really well to that, and that's kind of who he is, and really good player. And when we had Roberson here, when you got a guy that can run next to you, who's handing you the ball, who's a threat, it's a good double option type thing, and Tommy does that too, you know, because he can pull it and run, so it makes it doubly hard to defend him. So, but yeah, we're really happy with Wankers tonight. Played really well. Our offensive line, you know, they've been kind of this is the second week in a row we've played with the same group of guys, and I think we've settled down. And even Ron Karp got in the game tonight, which was great, you know, and we're trying to bring him along as well. And I think that is getting better and better and better as we continue to go through the season, which is great. I settle that down a little bit.
You guys scored early on that flea flicker. Was that something you've been practicing all week, or was that?
Yeah, that's something that Tony put in, and you know, we run the ball, and it's in, you know, the inside zone, and they bid on it, and it was a perfect time to call it, and I think it was Dan, right? Dan was wide open, and the ball was well delivered. So yeah, we were working on it all week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's always nice to see those kind of plays. Gets the team excited, and they're kind of fun. Those trick plays, deceptives we call them. Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
I bet. Thank you very much.
Darius, we'll start with you. That first drive, they were moving the ball well, and tell me about how you came up with the fumble.
I seen the quarterback had dropped the snap, so I was kind of looking for it, and it just popped out the side, and I seen it and took it, but they wrote it down, so, I mean, it is what it is, but at least we got them with no points on the board.
You were hoping to get that return out of it.
Yeah, I was hoping they gave me the return, but at least we got the ball back. That's all that matters. No points on the board.
Could you just feel the entire team really getting a boost out of that?
Yeah,
It looked
yeah.
like they were going to score.
Yeah, it did, but Coach Nick been telling us all week, they don't score until they score, so we defend every inch. That's one of the things we stand by. That's one thing our defense always believes in, no matter where they at on the field. So we just always keep that mindset, and that was kind of what led us to get a stop.
Daniel, you kind of came back strong tonight. I know you've been battling some injuries. I guess talk about the injuries and where you feel like you're at this point.
Yeah, I've kind of been battling injuries since almost spring, I'd say even, and actually the end of the last game of the season. But just been working on treatment, rehab, and came back this last week and started to feel a lot better and kind of showed on the field, I guess.
So what did it mean to get in the end zone twice and have those catches?
Yeah, I felt really good. Wouldn't be in the end zone without my quarterback, O-line. All those offensive guys. So.
Were you surprised how wide open you were on the first one?
Not really. It was a flea flicker, so I feel like we got them pretty good. Been repping it all week and executed it on game day. So.
And I got one more for you quick. Just what sort of injuries have you been battling?
Just ankle and a little bit of hamstring, but that's all in the past now. So.
Winkers, how did yourself running the ball and the offense as a whole really set the tone out there in that first half?
From the start, the offensive linemen, they just made every hole. They were pretty definitive with what they wanted me to do as a back. And so just great job to them. They made it really easy just to do what I do, just run downhill, run hard. And so, I don't know, just the offense altogether as a whole, we really played our hearts out. The defense, hats off to them too. They stopped them when they needed to, and we just kind of capitalized. So it was a really good feeling to have like 3 drives and 3 scores. Like that doesn't happen a lot in football, but that's just what it was tonight, and the Birds came out on top.
Winkers, having that 2014 team around the last couple days, was that something you guys enjoyed, and what did you guys kind of get out of having them around?
Oh yeah, having them around was, those guys really, they laid the foundation. That's the expectations, a championship. We got to have a championship type of season. So having them around and then having it end the way it did tonight, it kind of shows them, hey, you can trust on us players. We got your back. We're going to continue what you guys did in your 2014 season. But just amazing to have those guys around, and they're really superstars.
Patrick, how would you assess your game tonight?
I was just having fun. At the end of the day, I was just having fun. The coaches believe in me to play, so I'm just out there having fun, basically. So that's it.
Is there a particular play that you recall right now that jumps out?
Probably the first sack that I had in my career. There's nothing better than that, having a sack.
So walk us through that. What did it look like?
So we had a little pick game going. Steve, my defensive end, he sold it really well. I think he missed the sack, actually. I just dove at the quarterback's ankles and got up, and everyone was screaming. So first career sack in the books.
Patrick, what did the defense do better, or were there any adjustments after that first drive? They didn't score, but they moved the ball really well.
Yeah, we all week we just defend every inch. Just keep pounding them. Don't give up. Don't give them anything. And the first drive, yeah, they drove it pretty well, but we just kept going at them, coming at their throats. So I think we did pretty well.
And Xavier had another good game tonight. How does that help you when he has that kind of success also?
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's making catches downfield. Close game. Short game. You can rely on him to make a play on 3rd down or 4th down, or it doesn't really matter. I think our QB has a lot of trust in him, and I think that's benefited a lot of us, and like this season especially.
Anything else for you guys? Appreciate you, fellas.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.